Okay, good sound and good hair. Oh, this is recording. Hey, how you doing? It's Dan McDonald. I'm the Life Regenerator here on YouTube. And I want to thank you very much for joining me for today's episode of the Life Regenerator Show. I just posted a video that I made for the Insiders Club. It looks like it's uploading now. It says I should not be posting this to YouTube. So if you didn't see that, that's a video about me completely being shifted in a whole new direction with my message here on YouTube. But today I want to address the issue of cancer, and the reason why I do want to address that today is because it keeps coming up. I mean, I'm getting tons and tons of messages from people who are either experiencing cancer conditions or know someone in their family that they're writing to me on their behalf. Now, obviously, if you're writing to me on someone else's behalf, it's great to get some information, but they're going to have to really be engaged in the process because it's going to take some work and some momentum to turn things around. Now, before I get started on this video, I want to mention, and most of you know this, that I am not a medical doctor. This is not medical advice, and I am not authorized to give medical advice. But I have been studying human health for quite a while and looking at finding ways of not only regenerating tissue, but completely regenerating your life as a whole as you regenerate your mind, your body, and your heart. So no matter where you're at, you can always begin the process of expanding and evolving into more of your true self, into more of that purity, that lightness, that life force within you. So there's been a lot of messages about the cancer, and also before I get started, I'm going to express this in the context of this is what I would do if I were ever diagnosed with cancer. This is what I would do. So again, I'm not going to give anyone medical advice because that would be stupid. You know what I mean? But what I do want to do is promote health. And if you have cancer or any other degenerative disease, there's one thing that's assured, that if you were healthy, you would not be sick, right? So what I recommend is cultivating health. Now, what does that mean? Well, when I talk about cultivating health, I'm talking about starting at the root of the issue, which is diet, working your way up into balancing and harmonizing your emotions through the process of producing new thought patterns in your brain or new perceptions of how to view life. If you view yourself as a worthless sinner, then that is exactly what you're going to be. But if you view yourself as an extension of divinity and a gift to life, and if you look at life as a gift, and you can embrace the beauty of the day, the sun, you can embrace your family and your beautiful wife, and you can go to work and have fun and be thankful that you have this awesome job and that you're able to afford really good food that feeds your body. If you've gotten yourself into a state of cancer, I know there's a couple of things going on, in that you haven't been eating properly and you haven't been thinking properly. Okay? So if it was me and I was diagnosed with cancer, I would definitely look at my diet. I would definitely start cleaning up my food choices, because the foods that humans eat 99% of the time is not real food. Unless it's a fruit and a leafy green herb, it's not real food for the human organism in the sense of cellular electricity, cellular dynamics, and cellular regeneration, health, and respiration. Okay? A lot of things taste good. We can do that all day. We can put spicy, salty, fatty stuff. Who eats a pork chop raw and plain? Nobody. Nobody's going to eat a piece of pork chop raw and plain. No, they're going to throw it on the grill after slathering it in spices and herbs and sauces with all kinds of additives and preservatives, and then you eat a pork chop. But you never eat a pork chop plain and raw. But you go up to the apple tree, you pluck it, you eat it, it's clean, it flushes the system, it passes through the GI tract easily, and that beautiful fiber and cellulose keeps your colon clean, eliminating the possibility of the putrefaction, which can lead to the colon cancers. And the acidic buildup. So the food that you're eating makes a big difference because the food actually affects the quality of your thoughts. This is a very subtle principle, which only for those who are interested in studying natural law and finding out the truth about the things will ever find out. You won't find out about it in your nutrition schools. You won't find out about it at your medical schools. You won't find out about it at your registered dietitian or your hospitals. You're not ever going to figure that out because you're going to go to the hospital and they're going to feed you macaroni and cheese and chocolate cake and you're never going to get well. Okay. So you're going to need to find out what foods are the best, and those are obviously fruits and vegetables, leafy green herbs, and then nuts and seeds for protein. Those are living foods that your tissues and cells in your body can actually recognize as food stuff. But if you're eating those foods that leave a lot of acid waste behind, like the meats, like the processed grains, like the additives and the fried oils, you're going to have obstructions build up in the tissues of the body. Okay, and this is one of the areas that you need to address when you go and you start looking at how am I going to eliminate cancer. You have to clean up your diet. You just have to. You cannot eat the same way that you've been eating that got you into this mess, which is an acid buildup of mucus-forming foods that have left residues in your body, and now your blood is dirty, your glands are tired, your organs are overworked from overeating of the wrong types of foods that don't digest at all, and then you've taxed your enzyme load, you've taxed your vitality, and now you're blocked up, and you're fermenting and putrefying and rancidifying from the inside out. Okay? So get on the clean diet, fruits and vegetables. Yes, you're going to have to transition. That's why I recommend that everybody that doesn't have my DVDs gets the DVDs so you can educate yourself. There's 13 DVDs at this time, and after you've watched those 2 or 3 times, you will have an education. You will know what you need to do to transition smoothly and slowly onto a real diet that can actually help you to grow younger, look better, feel better, and regenerate yourself at levels the world has not seen yet. Through fruits, vegetables, raw foods, and fasting is the miracle that the world seeks, but they don't understand it because they're so invested in taking your money. The sickness industry, the death industry, the food industry, they love taking your money, but it's you that's suffering with ill health because of their greed. And so you have to rise up and be smarter than all the programming that's going on in this world today. Otherwise, it's just going to take your life. What they sell you on TV, it's not good food, and the billboards and the advertisements and all the restaurants. I can go to a restaurant, and I'm pretty savvy. I'll order, please give me organic greens with tomatoes and cucumbers on it. And I'll say, give me a side of lemons and limes, so I can put that on my dressing. So I can go out to eat, take my girlfriend out, whatever. Go out with my family and friends. But I ain't going to eat that crap. I'm not going to eat that food that they've got in that restaurant. Why? Because it's loaded with chemicals. It's going to oversaturate my body with acids. Those acids are going to accumulate in localized, weakened areas, and then I'm going to get diseases. I'm not going to do that. That's what I would do if I had cancer. I'd change my diet. And there's always a link down below that you can get the DVDs, and you should study those. Boom. Because you have to transition slowly. That was the point I was trying to make, and that's the reason why I mentioned the DVDs on all these videos, because people need to get those so that they can transition slowly, because it's going to take me about 2 or 3 hours to tell you how to transition slowly, and it would be a waste of my time and redundant since I've already put those on the DVDs, okay? So transition your diet slowly. You can't just go from your standard American diet and you have cancer, now you're going to go on an orange juice fast. That wouldn't be good. The toxins are going to be released too fast and you're going to experience a lot of issues. You have to make a slow and steady transition. I'll tell you, it's taking you 10, 20, 30 years to create the cancer, because cancer didn't come out and attack you from the outside. We create it with our habits and our thoughts, okay? Which will lead me into the next thing here, okay? So, but I was going to say, if you've 10, 20, 30 years to get cancer, you don't need to, this is what happens. And this is what I wish would stop happening, is that the people, they go in, they get a diagnosis, and the doctor just uses fear and scares you. Hurry up, you have to get cut, burned, radiated, and poisoned yesterday. And then people are like, and guess what? Guess what? Let me ask you something. Do you think fear is actually going to help you with your condition? No, but that's what our medical paradigm does. So you're already got into this place where now your body's not functioning very well, and now you go in and fear-based mentality, is that going to help you? No, because fear will never help you. Not in 10 billion years is fear in any way, shape, or form going to help you to get over disease conditions. So I would only cultivate love. I would go to a healer that says, oh man, we really got to start cultivating love for you. No, this is a great opportunity. Cancer is a great opportunity. You can look at some of the things you've been afraid to look at before because now you have to. Now you got to look at your diet. You didn't want to do that before because you love them burgers. You know what I'm saying? Sorry for the sarcasm. But now, awesome. You've got this thing. You're like hitting the wall. You really better wake up. Now, a lot of my clients woke up and they looked at this as an opportunity. This is a great opportunity. You have a disease? Awesome. Now you have to look at all the things that you thought you could have avoided, that were going on subtly below the scene, that you thought they were out of your radar because you were drinking enough and smoking enough and entertained enough by the titillations of this world that you could avoid that inner voice that's been trying to speak to you for years, trying to get you to change your diet, trying to get you to be more loving, to forgive yourself, to forgive your mom, forgive your dad, forgive the people that hurt you, so that the energy of your life could flow through you. But fear is not going to help. So hurry, 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 get on these drugs, get on these burnings, get the burning, get the radiation, get the chemotherapy. I wouldn't. Ask your doctor. Ask your doctor, seriously. Ask him, say, doctor, would you put your wife on this chemotherapy? Would you put your kids on this chemotherapy? If they're honest, they'll obviously say no because they see the effects. And so if you're sick because you've accumulated toxins, I don't see how in the hell more toxins could help me if I had cancer, because that's how I'm expressing this. This isn't medical advice at all. You want to go to your doctor for medical advice, but I thankfully have a legal right to promote health, which I really want to do for you. Because it's so sad to see all these messages of people that are dying of all these different kinds of cancers when they could turn it around through diet and thinking. So the next phase I want to do, once you get the diet cleaned up, hey, it's going to take you 2-3 years to educate yourself on this diet. But that's why I'm saying you have time. You took 10, 20, 30 years to get the cancer. You're not going to die tomorrow from it. Relax, slow down, calm down, get into a state of love. Get into a state of love. Join a church, go to a meditation hall, go get massages, do something. Watch videos about love, watch videos on YouTube about love, read books about love, read books about healing. Read books, introduce to your mind and your energy field positive stuff, because there's the filth of the news, the filth of all the wars, the filth of all the filth that's filthy. And you're just going to get diseased by it. It's never going to work. I won't say never, because everybody gets programmed subtly, but consciously, do I go and watch the news? Consciously, do I read the newspaper? No. I read spiritual books. I watch YouTube videos that are going to help me to be a better person. I meditate. I pray. I go to nature. I look at the trees. I go swimming. I go for a run. I pray. I meditate. I keep myself in a positive state of mind to negate all the negativity in the world. And you have to do that too. So don't let your mind be saturated with negativity or fear, because you will never get well. You cannot be stressed out, negative, and in fear and help to get over any kind of disease condition whatsoever in any shape or form. But the love, now that's going to get you where you want to go. Learning how to love, learning how to forgive, learning how to be patient. You've got time. You don't have to go get your organs and glands cut out of you. There are certain specific cases where the tumors are so large or whatever that it's helpful to get that big thing cut out of there and then start changing your diet. But it's better not to get cut at all. It's better to do this naturally from the inside out with your unlimited power of consciousness, that you can go, dear God, show me where I went wrong and what I need to do right. And with a contrite heart, you're going to get the message that you need. It's going to come to you, the right person, the right thing, the right video. You might be here right now watching this video because you said a prayer. And now here's this crazy skinny dude who had to dig himself out of poverty and drug abuse and everything else using the food, using the positive thinking. So I will tell you that it works, because my life is freaking epic right now, and that's why I'm giving back. Yeah, I don't have all the answers. I'm not a clinician. I'm just a researcher and a dude who had to do all this stuff on myself. You know, I found out a lot of great things along the way, and it would be truly a sin for me not to share this, because you might not believe in all this, but you might get something out of this video. That's what matters. Some little thing. You know what? I need to quit watching the news. If that's all you get out of this, then we made some progress today, and my life is worth living, and this video was worth taking the risk that I'm taking by speaking out on these kinds of things. Okay? Because I can't write all these people back with the individual emails. It would drive me bonkers. I'm more of a talker. Next, let's talk about the mind, the power of positive thinking. Your mind has been programmed from childhood with negativity. Why? Because I know your parents and I know society. And the human beings have been on a downward trend for thousands and thousands of years. There hasn't been an enlightened society in a while. It's up to you now to be the enlightened society in your own life, to look to all that is good, to look at all that is pure, because it is here. I talk to people, they're like, oh yeah, but what about the chemtrails? What about the abuses? What about the Africans having no water or food? Okay, you know, you can't really help them by focusing on the problem. You can only help the world by focusing on solutions. You can only focus on that which is good. And you can only focus on educating and sharing and inspiring. We can't just have a party and let's have a meeting and look at the problem. We don't want to do that. We want to go to have meetings, solution-oriented meetings, and that's how I would do it if I had cancer. I would look for solutions. I wouldn't look at the problem and be afraid. I would look for the opportunity, like I had in my own experience with, the coming out of the poverty and coming out of the addiction, which I was born into, and looking for solutions around that. And so now I'm very blessed. I'll just put it that way, because I am sober. And I can't afford to pay my bills now, and my children are eating healthy foods. And so that's why I say, hey, I'm just a regular old Joe Blow, but like I said, you just share what you got. You share what you know, because you love people and you love the truth. It's my love for the truth that gives me a positive state of mind. And I'm still working on it. So that's all I've got to say is work on the diet and get that purified. Transition slowly, okay? The DVDs will help you to learn how to do that. I've got hundreds or thousands of free videos on YouTube too, but the DVDs are more specific. They're more bullet points. They're more oriented towards a structure, which these videos obviously are hella random, because that's the way my brain works from all the things that I did. But the DVDs, being that I have a business partner, he makes the bullet points, so everything's laid out in a way of you learning how to transition smoothly and slowly so that you don't cause any more troubles. And then you work your way into detoxification of your body. And so you detox your body, your brain gets clear, because the food affects your thoughts, and then your thoughts affect the body. If you're all stressed out and bummed out and negative and depressed and angry and guilty and ashamed, all stemming out of fear, all those stem from fear. There's love and there's fear. Basically, fear is going to close you down, shut you off, and kill you. Fear kills, love heals. Okay? And your mind, what are you reading? Are you reading the Bible, or are you reading like the National Enquirer? You know what I'm saying? What are you introducing into your mind? What kind of thoughts are you thinking? Are you observing your thoughts? That's what I want to know. Are you observing what's going on through your mind, so that what you do is you notice the negativity. I'm so fat, or something. Let's say I'm fat, or I'm worthless, or I'm ugly, or I'll never make money. You didn't even know you were thinking that until you saw this video and I better start observing the thoughts going through this brain, the programming. You are the person who's witnessing and observing the content of consciousness, the content of the mind. So observe what your mind is thinking. And when something negative comes up, cancel it out with something that's the opposite. If it says, I'm so fat, all of us in our family are fat, it's genetic, you say, I am getting healthier and healthier every day. I am the slim, trim, radiant me that I've always wanted to be. It doesn't matter if you're 100 pounds overweight right now. You have to use your brain and to tell your body that you are that. I am the slim, trim, radiant me that I've always wanted to be. Just like me, I am sober, I am abundant, I am having a great and happy life of service and love to others. Now, what kind of power is that kind of thinking as opposed to something else, negative? So whatever negative thought you're having, you turn that around into the opposite of the positive. Oh, I'm broke. This job sucks. I'll never get out of this crap hole apartment. I'll never get the woman of my dreams. I'm no good. I'm worthless. No, man. Oh, I'm attracting the woman of my dreams. I'm living an abundant life. I've got a great job and I'm super healthy and I'm happy and I'm providing abundance and I'm living on purpose in this life. I am a strong, healthy, awesome man. You see, if you let the negative thoughts get stuck in your head, you're going downhill. If you think positive and you have a positive outlook, now listen to me, I'm not perfect. I still get down. I've been through a long life here. I'm not pulling out any violins or anything like that to get a sob story going. I'm just saying, some people that came from the lowest can get to the highest, okay? In fact, sometimes that's our impetus, you know? So I hope this video helped you. Diet and thinking. Those are the two things we went over today. That's what I would do if I had cancer. You know what I'm saying? Me personally. I don't know what you're going to do with the information that I just shared about what I would do if I was ever diagnosed with cancer. But you can do anything you want with it. You have that right. And it's a silent and subtle choice that you can make to eat better and to think better. To allow that unlimited energy to flow through you. I'll leave you with this at the last. We all want to realize at some point that we all come out of the divine energy of the universe, that in some way or another, no matter what kind of programming we've been given since childhood and birth, that we actually are innocent. We actually are pure. We actually are wholeness. You know, that's a whole nother, spiritual video in and of itself. But you're going to want to tap into that innocence. That goes back before the programming, before your mom said, Bobby, you're a bad boy 10,000 times. Or Cindy, quit eating all those donuts. You're going to get fat. You know, fat, fat, fat. You know, imagine the programming you've been programmed with. And it sucks. And my name is Dan McDonald, and I'm here to be a counterbalance to all the negativity and all the programming in the world. I'm committed to it, and it doesn't matter if anyone watches these videos. I just made it and sent this out into the universe, and that's what your job is to do too, is to be yourself, to give this world what you came here to give so that you can be full and free, and you give what you came to give. You know, and don't compare yourself to others. Just absolutely do your best and fall in love with the gift of life. It's very precious, and you'll know that one day when you're breathing your last breath, if you didn't decide already and realize that life is very, very, very precious. You have the gift of life in a human form. It's amazing what you can do with this life if you really want to mold and shape that creative energy that's flowing through all of us. Make your life what you want it to be. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm doing now. That's what I've done. And I'm dreaming a bigger dream than I was yesterday. Dream a big dream and allow it to flow to you. Use your mind. It's an incredibly powerful tool. Okay.